Hello everybody and welcome to my Afterthoughts video, this time regarding the movie Bruce Almighty. Yeah, as you know, we really liked the movie. We thought that the combination of having a comedy and having some substance in there was really well done. We enjoyed it very much. The writing was good and Jim Carrey was good, and there were some messages throughout the film that I thought was very nice too. For example, be the miracle. That was very nice. Or don't always blame God for everything. Fix your own life, right? I mean, God even said in the movie, you do have the power to change things. So maybe, we should remember that. And then there was this, maybe surrender your life to God's will. That was interesting. I remember being at that juncture in 2008, so that was kind of interesting. And of course, the subject of prayers was big throughout the movie. And as I mentioned in the review, I believe, or it's actually a fact, that thoughts are energy, right? And since everything else is energy, or pretty much everything else, the energy of thought can affect things. And of course, there are millions of examples out there of people who were positively affected by their own prayers. So, shouldn't just ignore that either. There was a very interesting experiment some people did. One group meditated over water with good thoughts, happy thoughts, inspirational thoughts, and the other group was meditating over water with bad thoughts and evil thoughts and stuff like that, and then they froze the water and they realized that the molecular structure of the water changed depending on what kind of thoughts the water was exposed to. So that just proves right there that thoughts can affect things, right? And if you think the concept of God is just so absurd, okay, I understand. I'm not judging. You might be an intellectual person who believes that we're living in a computer simulation, right? I understand that too. There's a lot of information out there that points to that theory. But if you believe we're living in a simulation, then you should also know that you can affect that simulation, right? Because you can affect it with your thoughts, visualization, meditation. You change your subconscious and therefore you affect the simulation. So how is that different from praying? It's not really different, it's exactly the same thing. Thoughts change things, and that's the entire point I'm trying to make here. We don't have to judge each other for believing different things, So that was very interesting. And then of course during editing, I saw some stuff that I didn't see the first time I was watching it, or I wasn't sure about it. I remember seeing Jim Carrey walking around with a jug of water and a glass with wine in his hand. But I wasn't sure if he actually was pouring it. But in editing, I saw when he walked up the stairs at the party, he actually poured water into the glass that then performed the miracle and became wine. So that was interesting. And then when he was dancing and then resting, he was actually resting his elbow on a golden calf. So that's, of course, a big religious symbol right there. And one more thing I noticed that nobody ever pointed out. I read the entire trivia page and nobody pointed it out. When the dog pees at the couch the first time, you can clearly see, if you stop the footage, you can see the dog's trainer's hand pointing at the dog. It's right in the frame there. And I will put this a screenshot up so you can see it. So that was interesting spotting that. That was definitely a mistake. But obviously, or apparently, nobody really ever saw that or pointed it out at least. So that was interesting. And then last but not least, this whole thing about the clouds. You remember the montage, and then you saw this woman head and the man's head kissing in the sky cloud. And Jessica said, oh, that reminds me of the Marilyn Monroe picture I once took. And I said, I think I still have that picture and I found it. So I will put it up right now. And as you can see, that cloud really kind of looks like Marilyn Monroe. It's not so far-fetched, right? And I saw that we took the picture on December 16th, I think 2016. So I did a little research and I looked up Marilyn Monroe on December 16th to see if anything happened. And you know what? December 16th, 1954, the movie with Marilyn Monroe was released called There Is No Business But the Show Business, or There Is No Business Like the Show Business or something. So that movie was released on December 16th. So I thought that was interesting. Another fact is that Bruce Almighty was actually Jim Carrey's highest grossing movie. So that was fascinating to learn. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. And thanks for watching our reaction and thanks for watching my Afterthoughts video. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye.